What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing analysis on quantum computing stocks.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video, guys, I will show you several stocks that are on fire right now. And these stocks are following: RGTI Computing, Quantum Computing, IONQ, and D-Wave Quantum. I will show you their potential, I will show you their crucial levels according to technical analysis, and I will show you some insights that might help you to make your own decision and to benefit out of its price movements. So, before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you like these type of videos. And let's start with the first stock. It is RGTI Computing. Let me show you that this price action is quite impressive. From mid of November, this asset gained to its highest point about 900%. And as you can see, the most recent price action is quite choppy. But first of all, let's take a look on some of its fundamentals. Right here, you can find financials of this company, and here you can see that this company is unprofitable. They basically, it is, I have to admit that all these companies are startups, and the most recent movement of the stocks to the upside is related to the most recent developments in this field. And one of the major news that was published just several weeks ago is the Alphabet news that they have a breakthrough with their Willow quantum chip. You can find this article on Bloomberg, for example. And right here you can see that it was published on December the 10th. So let me show you that December the 10th becomes a point of control. And let's take a look right here. We are on daily time frame. It is a RGTI ticker symbol, and December the 10th was right here. And since this point, RGTI Computing gained about 64% to the current price and about 92% to its highest point. So, and let me show you for now their price targets. According to the most recent updates, you can see that consensus analyst price target for RGTI stock is $3.5. It is about 68% of downside potential. And the most recent update, guys, take a look right here. The most recent update was made on December the 20th with a price target of about $12. So, I have to say that these previous price targets are outdated. It was made back in November. That is why you cannot rely for 100% on this price target. But let me show you some interesting details. We are on the list of insider trades, and this is the fintel.io website. You can see that we are on RGTI ticker symbol, RGTI Computing. And here you can see the most recent update from the list of insiders. And Clifton Michael sold some of his shares just couple of weeks ago, right around December the 10th. And I have to admit that other people sold some of their shares before this date, and it was also quite beneficial for them because, for example, from November 19th till December the 10th, this asset already gained about 484%. But guys, let's take a look at its technical analysis. And first of all, on a daily time frame, we can clearly see the bearish divergence that this asset forms from exactly December the 10th. We have lower highs on our side with the higher highs on the price action. On top of that, guys, we have quite choppy momentum according to MACD indicator, and if we take a look at weekly time frame, you can see that RSI is at extremely high level at 96.06 points, and this means this asset has to have a cool down. Guys, first of all, let me remind you that this movement to the upside is quite parabolic, and I warn you that this point for this type of companies that gained multiple hundreds% for the last several weeks is extremely dangerous because they don't have substantial fundamentals, they don't have any profit at all, they just benefit out of the hype of these stocks. That is why, guys, let's take a look at smaller time frames. On hourly time frame, we can clearly see several waves, and I have to admit that Well, it is quite interesting, but in my opinion, we have something like this. From this bottom, potentially somewhere here, we might have our first wave. This is the bottom of the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially this is the third wave, fourth, and this might be the fifth wave. Or if we dig deeper inside this price action, potentially, well, we might have a double top pattern with these two tops, and it is a truncated fifth wave with a lack of momentum to the upside, and from this point we might go to the downside. But if this asset breaks this previous swing high, potentially, let's take a look on other time frames, we might have another tiny leg to the upside. But guys, don't get me wrong, this asset needs to have a cool down. And in my opinion, we most likely might see the movement to the downside in upcoming days. So let's take a look at another stock, and this time it is a quantum computing. And this asset has also quite interesting price action. First of all, let's switch to daily time frame and let me show you its movements. Well, quite interesting, but it is very difficult to see the price action around the late summer and the mid of autumn of this year. We are on a logarithmic scale, and here you can see that, well, potentially it is very interesting, but in my opinion, we have something like this. This might be our first wave, second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, third wave, fourth as some kind of triangle right here, and this is the top of our fifth wave. But guys, here we have quite different structure as far as I see. So I will continue with the technical analysis within just several minutes. Let's take a look at its major price target, QUBT, right here. And what do we have? Oh, they don't have any forecast at all. Quite interesting. Let's take a look at insider trading list, QUBT, right here. And so what do we have right here? We don't have any sales, guys. As you can see, the most recent actions that were made by insiders was made on October the 4th and October the 3rd. And previously, guys, as you can see, they didn't do any actions basically from the late April of this year. And this is quite good sign. Let's take a look again at its price action. And right here, as you can see on a daily time frame, guys, we don't have a bearish divergence yet. Let's take a look on weekly time frame. Yes, on weekly time frame we have this divergence. So we have higher highs on the price action, lower highs on our side, but the momentum is still very high. And let's take a look at hourly time frame, and let me show you the most recent wave from this bottom, from the bottom of the fourth wave to the top of this previous high. In my opinion, guys, on a smaller scale we have this is our first, second, third. We are in some kind of consolidation of the fourth wave, and we have at least one more leg to the upside that potentially will lead to a little bit high targets. Let's downgrade the scale. And what targets we might have? First of all, let me show you like this. Well, quite interesting again, quite interesting movement. If I pull the Fib retracement tool from the bottom of the third wave, third internal wave, to the top of the third wave, guys, we have a reaction from the golden pocket range. It is quite decent reaction, but we had a blip right here below this $0.65 range and the 0.65 level. This means potentially, well, it's quite debatable, but the setup is following. You can accumulate your position to the downside, and you have to put your stop loss slightly below this bottom, and this will give you a downside potential of substantial 32%. But if you incrementally add to your long position, in this case you can reduce your risks. Let me show you that, for example, from the average price of $15.4 you might have only 22%. It is still extremely high, but nevertheless this type of high volatile stocks implies extremely high level of risks with extremely high level of returns. And if this asset breaks this previous swing high, let's take a look at its price action, where we might land. And to project this price target, we have to pull the fib extension tool from the bottom of the third wave to the top of the third wave and to the bottom of the retracement. And as long as this pivot holds, we might anticipate at least the retest of its swing high at about $28.35 with an upside potential of about 83%, but with an extension in the fifth wave, guys, we might have the price target of 1.618 at the price point of $14.19 with an upside of about 213%. And risk to reward ratio becomes quite lucrative, 10-1, but the downside, guys, the downside potential is still extremely high. So let's take a look at another stock, and at this time it is IONQ. What do we have right here? So I already made some technical analysis on the fly, but let me show you this in details. Well, we can clearly see this is our first wave, second, third, fourth, and again this might be the top of our fifth wave. And what do we have on a daily time frame? So, and here we have a clear bearish divergence, guys, for quite a long period of time. From the very beginning of November, guys, we have this movement, and on the one hand, we could have a pullback somewhere here in the mid of November, but instead of this, it went higher and higher. And I have to admit that this is extremely difficult to catch. These movements are quite unpredictable, but at the same time, guys, when you can see this type of structure, you can clearly identify 5 waves in it. And let's take a look at a weekly time frame. So weekly time frame also shows us a bearish divergence with a losing momentum. Let's take a look at its most recent wave, this structure. So it is quite interesting again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 3 is right here. ABC to the downside, and well. Again, it is several waves are missing, but don't be confused. We might also have a broken pattern, and if it happens, we will not see the next leg to the upside. At the same time, guys, the hype around these stocks is extremely high, and that is why, well, unfortunately, I don't see a clear setup for you to the long side to catch its next movement to the upside, because again, on a weekly time frame, we have extremely high RSI with a bearishly divergent, as you can see, bearishly divergent pattern, and that is why, guys, IONQ is not so interesting for the short-term traders. And guys, all of these stocks are not so interesting in the long-term perspective, because all of them had an extremely high movement to the upside for the last several weeks, and as you can see, this asset gained about 600%. Let's take a look at the last stock in our list. It is QBTS, D-Wave Quantum. And let me show you what do we have right here. Wow! This candle, this previous weekly candle, is quite ugly, but despite this candle, we have another candle that was opened basically at quite high level, above the closing level of previous candle. But this candle, guys, this candle again for now is forming in the shape of hanging man. It is also quite bearish candle, and the RSI, as you can see right here, is at extremely high level, 93.56. Let's take a look at its price targets according to cheap ranks, QBTS. And what do we have right here? $4.19 with the latest updates. Wait a second. December the 12th. Let's take a look right here. QBTS. analysis forecast. And what do we have again? $5.63 with the most recent updates on December the 20th, and it was set at $8 and $9 marks. And guys, I have to admit that we are exactly at these ranges. As you can see, QBTS is at $8.15. And you might wonder, how do I know that if RSI is extremely high, why in the world it should go to the downside? Guys, let me show you the stock that I covered several years ago. It was a Banana Genomics, and we are again on weekly time frame. And take a look right here. Here is the point when this asset was extremely high volatile, and you can watch my videos that I made back in February of 2021, and I caught a lot of its movements. And right here you can see that RSI is again at extremely high levels, but it was here for several weeks. And right after that, guys, RSI went lower, and since then Banana Genomics didn't reach these levels of its valuation anymore. That is why, guys, I don't want to say that all of these stocks will go to the downside, but at the same time, let's move back to QBTS. At the same time, guys, its previous price action is quite similar to the so-called meme stocks. And let's take a look at daily time frame. What do we have right here? Wow, right here, guys, we don't have any signs of bearish divergence, and we have some kind of expanding wedge on our side. We have an expanding wedge on the price action. And wait a second, I will try to make a breakdown. Let's turn on a logarithmic scale. Well. The most, I think we just finished the third wave. From this bottom, we might have something like this. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth wave. And let's turn off this tool. So, well, yes, I think we are still in the third wave, and this means, guys, this asset, this stock has quite interesting potential. If it is the real breakdown, we can pull the Fibber retracement tool from the bottom of the wave to the top of the wave. And what do we have as the ranges of support? 0.5. Quite interesting range, because from 0.5 to golden pocket range, we might have an accumulation level for algorithms. And if it is the case, guys, I see that we went higher since the yesterday's session, but if this asset will be closer to the golden pocket range again, and the retracement for now doesn't have proper subdivision, we have to have an A wave, then potentially B wave, and another leg to the downside that will complete the C wave. And in this case, somewhere here might be an accumulation level for you to catch its next movement. But the invalidation point of this entire structure will be quite deep at $3.28. This means, guys, wait for the deeper retracement on D wave quantum. And here might be the accumulation point for you with the stop loss slightly below $3.28. And what targets we might hit? Guys, to be honest, it is very difficult to assume its price target without the bottom of the C wave. But in general, again, on a weekly time frame, we are extremely high, but we might be at these levels for at least 1 or 2 weeks. And according to RSI, as long as it doesn't form bearishly divergent pattern right here, we can still have the next leg to the upside that will at least break its previous swing high. And this means, guys, if this asset goes to the downside and somewhere here in between $5.89 and $4.5, you might accumulate incrementally to the downside, and to even its previous swing high at $10.5, we might have up to 100% of potential profit with the downside potential. Let's take a look right here. Well, downside potential is also quite high, about 37%. That is why, guys, to be honest, I don't like this type of highly volatile stocks, because it is not only gives you high level of potential profits, but it also drastically increases your risk levels. And that is why, guys, without proper risk management, I highly encourage you not to enter any positions if you don't know how to hedge your position and how to leave your position if market goes against you. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm back.